Despite the fact that the contracts for VaxCert PH and the Free Wi-Fi project are no longer in effect, the Department of Information and Communications Technology, or DICT, has committed to look into methods to continue the two initiatives that were initiated by the previous administration. According to DICT Secretary Ivan Uy, the Department of Health, or DOH, and the DICT discussed handing over VaxCert PH before to the contract's expiration. He continued by saying that DOH officer in charge Maria Rosada Vergeire had informed the DICT that its staff was not yet prepared to use and accept the system. The DICT is now looking for funds to renew the contract. In other events, the Makabayan bloc in the House of Representatives has filed a bill seeking to exempt basic commodities such as bread, sugar, and cooking oil from the 12% value-added tax. Natalie Danganan has a full story.
The Makabayan bloc in the House of Representatives has filed a bill seeking to exempt basic commodities such as bread, sugar, and cooking oil from the 12% value-added tax, or VAT. The bill specifies that the following items are excluded from VAT, which are bread, canned pork, beef, fish, and other marine products such as instant noodles, biscuit, sugar, raw and refined, cooking oil, salt, laundry soap, detergents, firewood, charcoal, candles, and jugs that are classified as essential by the Department of Health. The Makabayan bloc is composed of party list lawmakers Representative Arlene Broses of Gabriela Women's Party, Representative Raul Manuel of Kabataan, and Representative Franz Castro of the Alliance of Concerned Teachers. Broses said that removing the VAT on these products would help consumers considering the rising inflation rate. In a statement, she said that removing the 12% VAT on basic goods consumed by poor families on a regular basis will dramatically ease their economic suffering amid skyrocketing prices, massive joblessness, and depressed wages. Broses also added that she understands that the government would lose revenues due to the proposed VAT exemptions, but she also believes that the government could cope with it by imposing a wealth tax on the richest Filipinos. Meanwhile, even in the previous 18th Congress, the Makabayan bloc had been calling for the same measure. For Golden Nation Network, this is Natalie Danganan.
For Senate updates, Senator Bongo is in favor of measures to further relax health regulations in an effort to hasten the nation's economic recovery from the COVID-19 pandemic. But he also stressed the importance of continuing to safeguard Filipinos' health. Senator Go, who chairs the Senate Committee on Health, said that the easing of health regulations may attract more investors, which in turn may help create jobs and other sources of income for Filipinos, particularly those who have been most severely affected by the pandemic. Furthermore, Senator Sherwin Gatchalian praised the Energy Regulatory Commission, or ERC, for rejecting Manila Electric Utilities, or Meralco's request for a price increase and asked the electric company to ensure that its consumers always have access to electricity. The ERC denied the petition for rate increase made by power distribution giant and the power generation arm of San Miguel Corporation. Consequently, during the deliberation of the Senate Finance Subcommittee for 2023 budget of the Department of Social Welfare and Development, or DSWD, Senator Robin Padilla suggested that if the government is unable to prevent Badjaos and other indigenous people, or IPs, from traveling to Metro Manila to beg for alms, and it should at least train them to address appropriately. Senator Padilla was initially disturbed by the constant return of IPs to the streets after spending their Christmas begging earnings. He then inquired whether the government could provide them with livelihood assistance without endangering their lives. Moving on, Finance Secretary Benjamin Diokno said that public-private partnerships are critical to the country's economic recovery. Max Legaspi has a full story.
During a forum hosted by the Financial Executives Institute of the Philippines, Finance Secretary Benjamin Jokno stated that participation from the private sector would be critical to realizing the many benefits of public-private partnerships or PPP. Jokno made the announcement shortly after announcing the approval of revised rules for the Build, Operate, Transfer or BOT law. In addition to this, he claims that the BOT law will allow the government to continue funding infrastructure projects in the face of financial constraints. He also added that other more liberalized economic policies, such as the Foreign Investment Act and the Public Service Act, would aid the economy's growth in the coming years. Furthermore, proceeded to say that the Department of Finance stands ready to support and collaborate with the private sector in transforming the Philippine business landscape into one that is genuinely inclusive, sustainable, and future-proof. For Golden Nation Network, this is Max Legaspi.
Residents of Abra province who survived the magnitude 7 quake that hit northwestern Luzon last July 27 would get financial aid through the Emergency Cash Transfer or ECT program of the Department of Social Welfare and Development or DSWD. The ECT program has a total of 214.5 million pesos allocated to 23,415 families in Abra and the Mountain Province. The qualified beneficiaries of the ECT program are those residing in geographically isolated and disadvantaged areas, families with members who are from the vulnerable sector, families with casualties from the earthquake, and those with damaged houses. The DSWD said that families with partially damaged houses would receive cash aid worth 75% of the minimum regional daily wage rate in the area, that is 280 pesos for 30 days, or a total of 8,550 pesos. Following a stern warning from the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas or BSP against currency speculators as the peso trades close to all-time lows against the US dollar, the Bankers Association of the Philippines or BAP vowed to be part of the solution in maintaining order in the domestic financial market. Antonio Moncupa, president of BAP, said in a statement that with global headwinds adversely affecting inflation and foreign exchange or FX rates across the world, the BAP joins national efforts to minimize its impact on our people by avoiding activities that can only worsen the situation. He also added that in order to be part of the solution, the banking industry continues to work closely with the BSP for orderly, fair, and transparent markets, minus the unproductive activities that only hurt the public. Up next on News Force. Congressman Arjo Atayde becomes a part of Nacionalista Party. Round 1 launches the first equity crowdfunding platform in the Philippines. MMDA eyes exclusive motorcycle lane along Commonwealth Avenue and EDSA. Stay tuned for more stories and reports when News Force returns.